Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, I'm Chris the Don One, and I am back with another video. And this video is entitled, Why Fans Have a Love-Hate Relationship for Stephen A. Smith. Now, before I get into today's topic, I'd first like to give you guys a quick bio on Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith started in Philadelphia in the print media business. His first job was the Philadelphia Inquirer, all right? After that, he gained notoriety and started his own local sports talk radio show in Philadelphia. Now, a lot of executives at Fox Sports saw the potential in the talent in Stephen A. Smith. They brought him to the Fox network, all right? So Fox Sports, his first introduction to sports television was a sports show called The Best Damn Sports Show, period. He made a guest appearance there a few occasions, and they decided to give him a syndicated national radio show that was airing on Fox Radio, all right? He also had a television show on Fox Sports as well. Now, a lot of executives at ESPN saw the potential in the growth of this individual. They thought Stephen A. Smith was very entertaining and very opinionated, all right? So Stephen A. Smith's agent struck a deal with ESPN, all right? ESPN gave Stephen A. Smith a boatload of motherfucking money, and they gave him a promise that not only we're going to give you a syndicated national radio show, but we're also going to give you your own television show. Now, a lot of people that were in Stephen A. Smith's circle, his agent as well, also wanted ESPN to co-sign Stephen A. Smith to do a late night television show because they felt like Stephen A. Smith had the potential. He was very charismatic and he was very entertaining and energetic that he can host his own late night show. Now, they wanted to compete with Stephen Colbert, David Letterman, Jay Leno, just to name a few, because they felt like Stephen A. Smith had that potential, all right? His first show was called Quite Frankly, and his first episode, he did a one-on-one interview with Allen Iverson. That episode was highly rated and highly demanded. ESPN saw the potential in Stephen A. Smith. They began to start doing other shows to that format. Now, Stephen A. Smith's agent, as well as Stephen A. Smith, went to the board and went to the head of ESPN and said, we want to branch, quite frankly, into a late night show. And it's cool to have these guest appearances by sports stars, but we also want to branch out into the entertainment world. Now, ESPN was kind of hesitant with that. They felt like they already had a winning formula, especially with the Allen Iverson episode gaining so much notoriety, okay? So they agreed with Stephen A. Smith and allowed Stephen A. Smith to branch out. Now, quite frankly, ultimately had to be canceled and canned because they went outside their element. Now, a lot of Stephen A. Smith fans were sports fans, all right? So they wanted to go to the show, and they had the mindset in thinking that, yo, this show is going to be about sports topics, and I want to hear Stephen A.'s opinion. And also, since Stephen A. Smith knew so many sports stars, he can get those big name sports stars to come to his show. But Stephen A. Smith had another plan, and he wanted to take that show to another level. So that's the reason why, quite frankly, ultimately bombed and got canned, because they had two fucking different directions, all right? So the heads of ESPN were saying, yo, we have to put Stephen A. Smith somewhere. I mean, this guy is so opinionated, and he also entertaining and charismatic. I mean, we can't pair him up with the sports reporters that we have on these other afternoon shows. So what we're going to do with them. So one of the executives at ESPN, who later left ESPN to move to Fox, decided it was a great idea to put Stephen A. Smith and pair him up with Skip Bayless. Okay, this tandem had a segment on Cold Pizza called First Take, and basically these guys debate on the latest news and current sports topics. Okay, this segment was so popular that it overshadowed First Pizza, and that's the only reason why Cold Pizza was in the ESPN circle for so long, because of the First Take segment. All right. So ESPN began to downsize Cold Pizza, not only get rid of those hosts, but later change the name from Cold Pizza to First Take. It was a 6-man group. Now it's whittled down to a 3-man group. And that was Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, and Jay Crawford. Jay Crawford was the moderator. Now, the show is rocking, is making huge rating, huge noise, and they had the chemistry down pat. Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, they would debate on the current topics. They worked well together. They was cool with each other on as well as off the studio. They was brothers from another mother. They had a winning formula. Well, Jay Crawford wanted to interrupt in that formula by stating his opinions on certain topics. And it got sort of chaotic, especially when Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless would roll on a certain flow on a sports topic, and then Jay Crawford wanted to put his 2 cents in. Now ESPN promoted Jay Crawford to the morning edition of SportsCenter. So out goes Jay Crawford, in comes Cari Champion. Cari Champion was the perfect setup, all right? She was a perfect sports moderator. Why? Because she was young, attractive, energetic, beautiful, all right? Now, First Take still rolling along. They're still getting high ratings and high praise, okay? But Cari Champion wanted to evolve with First Take. She just didn't want to go along with the ride. She wanted to also, spread her wings and promote her brand by introducing certain topics, okay? Once again, it got kind of hectic. It got kind of out of hand. So they moved Cari Champion and allowed her to do the weekend sports edition, as well as SportsCenter edition, as well as having her own podcast, all right, which called Be Honest, which is a great podcast. You guys should definitely go check that shit out, all right? So out goes Cari Champion, in comes Marty Karam. Now, Marty Karam, she is gorgeous, beautiful, energetic, entertaining, highly intelligent, have a highly intelligent motor, all right? She was first introduced at the NFL Sports Network. And when she got her notoriety, and when she started getting her buzz on, a lot of executives from ESPN saw that and introduced her to First Take. Now, like I said, the ratings are still the same, okay? Nothing really hasn't changed, all right? And Marty Karam is the perfect sports moderator because she knows when to speak on certain issues. So she wasn't taking too much time and too much shine away from Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. So now we're coming to the end of Skip Bayless' contract, and he's not trying to renew with ESPN because Skip Bayless feels like, yo, I'm just as important to this team as Stephen A. Smith. So I should demand high value dollars, okay? So he got a boatload of money from Fox Sports, okay? The same executive that saw Skip Bayless and introduced him to Cold Pizza, he now works for Fox. He has already signed Colin Cowherd. Now he signed Skip Bayless to a boatload of money. Now First Take at ESPN, they got to keep moving this monster on. And they decided to replace Skip Bayless with Max Kellerman. Now, Max Kellerman is okay. He's no Skip Bayless, but he's okay, okay? The first couple of weeks of First Take, the ratings were still there. Now it's starting to tail off. You know, Skip Bayless left at a perfect time. He left at the end and the conclusion of the NBA Finals. Now, after that, it's a huge sports drought. So you're basically going to have to entertain your fans with the sports topics that you have at hand. All right. And Max Kellerman is not that very entertaining, especially when you're in a dry sports month. So Stephen A. Smith has been doing this by himself, okay? He started making a lot of controversy and a lot of noise talking about what Carmelo Anthony said, that he's pleased of having those gold medals. And Stephen A. Smith tried to twist his words around, trying to say he's more happy with gold medals than NBA championships. Carmelo Anthony didn't really say that. And then Carmelo Anthony got so upset with Stephen A. Smith that he decided to call him. Now, Stephen A. Smith later apologized, but the damage is done. You know, back in the early days of Stephen A. Smith would love to tell people of who he knew, not what he know, but who he knew. He knew LeBron James. He knew Carmelo Anthony. He knew Derek Jeter. He knew Michael Jordan. Okay, now those cats have another plateau to voice their opinion, like the Players Tribune, okay? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know, now these cats don't necessarily need to be paired up with a sports reporter to get their word heard and get their word out there. Now with social media, you don't really need a person, okay? So Stephen A. Smith sees this. He sees the writing on the wall. A lot of these athletes ain't fucking with him like they fucked with him back in the early 90s. And like I said, the sports scene is dry right now until the NFL starts their regular season. And that's when we're going to witness the potential between Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. Right now, it's not there, okay? These two individuals' chemistry is not on point. It's not like Skip Bayless. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And the reason why Stephen A. Smith gets love and hate from the fans out there is mainly because of Stephen A. Smith. He's a boast guy. He likes to brag and boast, okay? And a lot of people, it comes off, and when he does that, it comes off at a wrong way towards certain individuals, okay? So that's why Stephen A. Smith has a love-hate relationship with his fans. And that's why a lot of his contemporaries labeled him Screaming A. Smith, okay? There's a reason why they labeled him that. But yo, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to my story, listening to me rant on. Guys, tell me what you think about this story. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your motherfucking boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I'm out.